The entitled parent who yelled at my teen lifeguard had no idea who sat right behind them. I was relaxing at the community pool with my family when this woman Karen started losing her mind at our 16-year-old lifeguard Emma. Karen's 8-year-old son had been running on the wet deck despite multiple warnings. When Emma finally blew her whistle and asked him to walk, Karen exploded. "Don't you dare tell my child what to do," Karen screamed, marching over to Emma's lifeguard chair. "You're just some teenager making minimum wage." Emma stayed professional. "Ma'am, running on wet surfaces is dangerous. It's for everyone's safety." "Safety? You don't know anything about safety. You probably got this job because your daddy knows someone." Other parents and kids were staring as Karen's voice got louder and more vicious. "I pay taxes that fund this pool. That makes me your boss, little girl." Emma was trying not to cry. "I'm just following pool rules." "Rules? I'll show you rules. I want to speak to whoever hired you because you're clearly not qualified for this job. My son is an excellent swimmer and doesn't need some inexperienced kid telling him how to behave." That's when Karen made her biggest mistake. Kids like you have no idea what real responsibility looks like. Sitting in a chair all day isn't a real job. What Karen didn't notice was the older man in the lounge chair directly behind her, listening to every word. That man was Chief Tom Bradley of our city's fire department, and Emma was his daughter. Chief Bradley stood up calmly and walked over to Karen. "Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't help but overhear your concerns about our lifeguard's qualifications." Karen turned around, annoyed at the interruption. "Finally, someone with authority. This girl needs to be fired." "I see. What exactly makes you think she's unqualified?" "She's obviously too young and inexperienced to handle safety responsibilities." Chief Bradley nodded thoughtfully. "That's interesting, because that inexperienced kid is my daughter Emma, and she's one of the most qualified lifeguards in the state." Karen's face went white. "Emma is certified in CPR, first aid, water rescue, and spinal injury management. She's also trained in emergency response protocols." I didn't know. Last month, she saved a drowning child at the municipal pool. The month before that, she prevented a serious injury by stopping exactly the kind of running behavior your son was doing." Karen started backing away. "Look, I was just concerned about your concern seems to be that a teenager dared to enforce safety rules with your child." The entire pool area was listening now. "As fire chief, I can tell you that Emma has more safety training than most adults. She takes her responsibility seriously because lives depend on it." "I'm sorry, I didn't realize you didn't realize she was qualified, or you didn't realize her father was listening to you verbally abuse her." Karen was practically trembling. We'll be leaving now." "Actually, Karen, I think you should stay and apologize to Emma properly, in front of everyone who witnessed your behavior." Karen looked around desperately, but every parent and child at the pool was watching expectantly. "I'm sorry for yelling at you," she mumbled to Emma. "Louder," Chief Bradley said. "Everyone heard you disrespect her. They should hear your apology too." "I'm sorry for yelling and questioning your qualifications," Karen said, her voice shaking. "And what else?" Chief Bradley prompted. And for saying you didn't deserve your job." Chief Bradley turned to address the crowd. "Emma Bradley has prevented 12 potential injuries this summer by enforcing safety rules. When she tells your children to walk instead of run, she's protecting them." The pool erupted in applause. Parents were nodding, and several people thanked Emma for keeping their kids safe. Karen grabbed her son and left immediately, too humiliated to stay. But the story doesn't end there. Word spread quickly through our community about the incident. Emma became something of a local hero, with parents specifically choosing our pool because they trusted her oversight. The city recognized Emma's professionalism under pressure and promoted her to head lifeguard for all municipal pools. Karen tried to complain to the city about Chief Bradley intimidating her, but the complaint backfired when witnesses came forward describing her abusive behavior toward a teenage employee. The city council instead commended Chief Bradley for defending a young worker who was just doing her job professionally. Emma went on to study emergency management in college and now works as a paramedic, still saving lives every day. And Karen? She moved her family to a different neighborhood after becoming known as the woman who screamed at the fire chief's daughter. Sometimes the best protection comes from having parents who won't let anyone abuse their kids, even at work.